fans, welcome to a beautiful day on the Frankenboo Ranch. All right, so a lot of questions I get is what wood goes with what barbecue? So let me just start by saying my favorites are apple, cherry, hickory, and a very little bit of mesquite. Now apple is a very versatile wood. I like apple because it blends with everything. It goes with your poultry, with your seafood, lamb, pork, beef. I specifically use apple on my chicken. I use it on my pork. And if I'm smoking a seafood, I'll use it on that as well. The reason I like that is because it gives it a very light, sweet flavor in the wood. And now remember, I've talked to you guys a lot about layering flavors, and your wood is just as important as the seasoning that you're putting on. So you wouldn't want to take a very potent, oily piece of wood like mesquite and put it onto a piece of chicken, because what that's going to do is that's going to overpower the flavor of the chicken, overpower the flavor of your rubs, and you're going to wind up with a very bitter tasting piece of meat. So like I said, my favorites are apple, cherry, hickory, and a little bit of mesquite. When I'm cooking a brisket, I like to blend. So you can layer the flavors of the wood just like you can layer the flavors of your seasoning. So with my briskets, for instance, I'll layer throughout the charcoal. If I'm cooking on the drum cooker, I'll layer throughout the charcoal chunks of hickory and chunks of cherry. And the reason I like the cherry is because it gives a really deep red color to the smoke ring. So at the end of the cook, I've got a really pretty noticeable smoke ring. And once you start cooking with a little bit of cherry, you'll notice the difference. And same with the pork. When I'm cooking my pork, I do the same thing. I layer the different flavors of wood throughout. If I'm doing a brisket and I want to put just a little bit of mesquite onto it, I'll just add maybe 1 to 2 chunks, because anything more than that, it's going to be overpowering, and it's going to overpower everything that you put into that cook. Now there's also a ton of different woods out there you can use. There's your alders, your oaks, your olive, your pecans, your walnuts. A lot of those are very neutral woods, very mild. Your oak is very mild, it's very neutral. And so is your pecan. I'm not a big fan of these because, like I said, I like my wood to complement the flavor of the meat and the rub that I put onto that meat. Now, we cover all this in detail at Academy of Q, so why don't you come over and check us out, and we'll dig deeper into that. Until next time, keep on smoking it.